As a homeowner or business owner, plumbing issues seem to happen at the worst possible time. A minor leak can turn into a flooding nightmare, or a clogged drain may escalate into a serious problem. When these issues occur, you need professional help immediately. But how much does it cost to hire a plumber, especially if you're in an emergency situation? Let's dive into the details. Regular hours versus emergency hours. What's the difference? Hiring a plumber during regular business hours is usually straightforward. Plumbers typically charge by the hour, with rates varying depending on location, experience, and the complexity of the job. However, if a pipe bursts at 2 a.m. or your toilet overflows on a holiday weekend, you're looking at emergency rates, which are often significantly higher. Regular hours, average cost per hour. Most plumbers charge between $45 and $200 per hour for work done during normal hours. The price can fluctuate based on where you live and the specific nature of the job. Service fees. Many plumbers also charge a service call fee, which covers the cost of traveling to your location. This fee typically ranges from $50 to $150. Emergency hours. Increased hourly rate. When you need a plumber after hours, on weekends, or during holidays, the rates can skyrocket. Emergency hourly rates generally range between $150 and $400. Flat fees for emergencies. Some plumbers charge a flat rate for emergency visits, which can cost anywhere from $250 to $600, depending on the severity of the problem and the time of the call. What affects plumbing costs? Several factors play a role in determining how much you'll pay, whether you need help during regular or emergency hours. Geographic location. Urban areas generally have higher labor costs compared to rural areas. For example, hiring a plumber in New York City is likely to be much more expensive than in a small town in the Midwest. Type of problem. Minor issues like unclogging a drain or fixing a leaky faucet will cost much less than major problems like repairing a broken water line or replacing a sewer system. Materials required. The cost of materials can also significantly impact the price. High-quality pipes, fixtures, or tools may lead to higher repair costs. Time of the call. As mentioned earlier, emergencies outside of regular hours carry a premium. Calling at night or during a holiday means you're paying not just for the plumber's time, but for their inconvenience as well. Real-life example. An emergency fix that saved the day. Consider the story of a small landscaping company. They were wrapping up a busy day when suddenly, their employee restroom's toilet overflowed, flooding the main hallway. They couldn't wait until the next day because it would mean losing hours of business and creating a health hazard for employees. The owner called a local plumber around 10 p.m. The emergency service came with a $300 flat fee, plus an hourly rate of $175. The total bill came to $475 for an issue that would have cost about $150 during regular business hours. However, the owner considered it money well spent. Business resumed as normal the next day, and they avoided costly downtime and further damage. How to minimize plumbing costs. While some plumbing emergencies are inevitable, there are ways to reduce the chances of a midnight disaster. Regular maintenance. Schedule routine plumbing inspections to catch potential problems before they turn into costly emergencies. Checking for leaks, corrosion, and faulty fixtures can save you a lot of money in the long run. DIY when possible. Simple tasks, like unclogging a minor drain or replacing a washer in a faucet, can often be done without professional help. Know your plumber's rates. Be aware of what your plumber charges for both regular and emergency services. Some companies offer maintenance plans or flat rate fees for certain services, which can help you budget accordingly. Why the extra cost for emergencies? It's frustrating to face higher costs when you're already dealing with a stressful situation, but there's a reason plumbers charge more for after-hours work. For one, they're disrupting their personal time to address your issue. Moreover, certain emergency jobs require immediate attention to prevent severe damage, and the additional cost covers the urgency and inconvenience. When should you call a plumber? So, when is it worth paying for emergency services? Here are some examples. Burst pipes. This requires immediate attention to prevent flooding and property damage. Sewage backups. A sewage issue is a health hazard and should be dealt with right away. No running water. A complete water shutoff is more than an inconvenience. It can halt daily activities like cooking, cleaning, and even running a business. This blog by This Old House and this article in Forbes do a fantastic job of explaining signs you need a plumber, how much a plumber costs by repair type, and other cost considerations. In conclusion, if the issue can wait until morning or regular business hours, you'll save significantly. But if it's causing damage or poses a health risk, don't hesitate to call for emergency service. Article written by Deepa Gandhi. Video created by Kevin Brenes.